You ready for this or what? I know it's early. Well, get yourself together. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy John from Project Ellsworth. I'm with you today to submit my official video entry into Mondo Chelloveck's 600 subscribers contest. He's got 2 questions he needs answered, so here I am to do it. Let's go. Because your mouth doesn't open, you'll spill it all over yourself. For those of you who aren't familiar with John, he's Mondo Chelloveck. He does movie reviews and he does collection videos and so forth. I'll put a link to his channel down below. All right, like I said, John's got this is 3. John has 2 questions that he wants answered. First is, what is your favorite thing in your whole collection? I'm not even going to try to spend too much time figuring that out because my answer today would probably be different tomorrow. I know John's favorite thing in his collection was an autograph from Gunnar Hansen. Gunnar Hansen's no longer with us, so yeah, that's something that I would definitely hold close to my heart. I actually met Gunnar Hansen, and that experience, as well as his signature, I hold that pretty close to my heart too, so I understand. So today, I guess I'm going to answer with him. He has become almost like an integral part of my channel. Just having him there, as ridiculous as it sounds, makes this more fun for me. I enjoy doing YouTube. I love YouTube. YouTube has become a gigantic part of my life. But doing things to make it more interesting and keeping it interesting and changing things up and keeping things fresh is a huge part of why people will last on YouTube. And this guy, for whatever reason, amuses the hell out of me. Just having that there and being able to do things to integrate him into my channel helps me up here immensely. As ridiculous as that may sound. All right, so like I said, that question could be answered differently tomorrow. And it probably would be. All right, the next question up was, what is your most guilty pleasure in your collection? All right, John said in his video that he wanted that answer to come from these shelves. I tried that and it didn't work for me. I even have a whole separate shelf over on the other side of my room that's all my stuff that I own that's not horror movies. I stood in that thing in front of that shelf with a cup of coffee just staring at it, and there's nothing there that I would call a guilty pleasure. The closest thing that I can come up with that I own movie-wise, it's a guilty pleasure for me, is like The Goonies. I love The Goonies, but a lot of us love The Goonies, so I wouldn't qualify that to be the answer to this question. So I chose another shelf that I have. I'm going to choose something off of a few things actually off of my music shelf. I thought about this question as far as that goes. And I mean, the point of these questions is kind of for other people to get a better look at who we are, or to get something to get people to know us a little bit better. And I think when most of us view each other, we view each other as horror fans, because that's what we are. That's what brought us all together. That's what brought you here right now. So, for me personally, I think all of us we have many layers to us. The husband, the father, and so on and so forth, what we like, what we don't like. I think for me personally, when you peel away all of my layers and you get down to the core, the thing that I am, I guess, the deepest and the most deep-rooted in me is I'm a metalhead. I have been listening to heavy music literally since I was like 6 or 7 years old. What I listened to then may not be considered to be too heavy now, but I remember being a little boy, 7 years old. I had a friend who had a couple of older brothers who had a really nice Kiss collection. This was in the mid to late 70s. Kiss was one of the biggest things in the world at that time, and I absolutely loved Kiss. And that spawned me into becoming a metalhead. I started listening to Kiss and Pink Floyd and Meatloaf and Black Sabbath. I went to school as a little boy wearing like snow boots and little winter hats and all that cutesy little things that little boys do, carrying a Kiss lunchbox. I have been a heavy music listener my whole life. I witnessed the birth and evolution of thrash metal. I consider Master of Puppets to be scripture. I mean, I am to my core a metalhead. I mean, if there was like a human labeling stamp when they got to me and my turn came up, metalhead. That's what I am. Horror fan, all this other stuff that I like and that I am. At the core, I'm a metalhead. So, guilty pleasures. In my ridiculously huge, just this morning, I mean, I listened to this morning already at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm blasting like Overkill and Testament while I'm taking a shower. It's ridiculous. I'm sure my wife loves it. On my shelf, though, let me get back to actually answering the question. One of my many guilty pleasures is 80s music. 80s pop music. I absolutely, positively love 80s pop music. I'm definitely an 80s child. I'm a product of the 80s. You're a product of your environment. And I grew up, I remember when MTV launched, when they actually played music and there was only one channel and that one channel only played music. I remember those times, and MTV's pop music at the beginning of their channel, the first several years of their channel, is like ingrained in me. When that channel started, I would sit in front of the television, just like a lot of you, I'm sure, with no agenda. I would just sit in front of the TV and watch music videos all day. If I didn't have to go to school or eat or sleep, I would have done it 24 hours a day. Loved MTV. Another one of those guilty pleasures on that shelf that is definitely the furthest thing in the world from heavy metal, the Cranberries. I love the Cranberries. I think these guys are great. I've always loved the Cranberries. The lead singer of the Cranberries committed suicide a couple years ago, and rest in peace, Dolores. It's just absolute tragedy. These guys are fantastic. When I'm like all stirred up and riled up, if I put these guys on for a song or two, it calms me right down. I love it. Can't imagine me with my drinking 2 pots of coffee a day. I don't ever get stirred up. All right, and the last thing that I pulled off of that shelf as a guilty pleasure, like I said, metal to the core. Thrash is Master of Puppets is scripture. Love thrash metal, everything about it. Listening to Testament in the shower this morning. Your boy likes Poison. I love Poison. There's a couple songs on these CDs. Well, not this one so much. That one's kind of dank. I could care less about that one. But there's a few songs on Poison's first 2 albums that are absolutely fantastic, and I don't care what you say. All right, that's enough for me. I've bared that part of my soul enough. I'm out of here. Metal for life. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video and you've been enjoying my content up to this point, please do me a huge personal favor. Click that subscribe button and ring that bell. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a kick-ass day. And thank you for watching. Later, brother. See you on the next one. I love you too. That doesn't mean you don't drive me nuts.